After speaking with hundreds of people, I completely understand when you need a loan and have bad credit and cannot get a debt consolidation loan that has a reasonable interest rates. Sometimes it feels like the only way out. But that being said, there's one commonality when I speak with people across the board that I want you to be aware of, as it's crucial to understand how to get out of this debt. So let's get started. Welcome to the Ascend Finance YouTube channel, where we cover such topics as payday loans and bad credit loans to help you understand how to get out of debt cheaper, easier, and faster. My name is Ben, and I'm the co-founder here of Ascend. Now, this video is for informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal advice. It's just for information. That being said, here are three things we're going to cover in this video. First, we're going to cover one essential thing to understand when deciding to get a payday loan or bad credit debt consolidation loan. Second, we're going to cover potential alternatives to getting a payday loan. And third is we're going to try to answer that question of should you get a bad credit debt consolidation loan. And finally, if this video is helpful, we always appreciate a like and subscribe because it helps us create more unbiased debt content to help you get out of debt. Okay, so what's the one thing that you need to understand about payday loans, right? When I speak with so many people, the one thing that I almost always hear back is that most people think they're going to be able to pay back that bad credit loan in 1, 2, 3 weeks, right? Almost everyone understands that these have very high interest rates, right? But most people are confident that they are going to pay it back. And the unfortunate thing is that many people do not pay it back. Even though they think they are, they just don't do it. And I want to give you an example. So I spoke with an individual who needed money in about 2 to 3 days, but their debt to income ratio was too high. And this often happens when credit cards are maxed out and there's no family help available. So this individual got denied from all their creditors, right? All of their lenders, and they needed to get some sort of credit available immediately. So now their intention was to pay back as soon as possible, but that's when things went badly, right? So they get a loan, these 400% interest rate, they have to make the first payment in 2 weeks. They're like, okay, I'm gonna scramble around some money in those 2 weeks and I'm gonna be able to pay it back. But the problem is they weren't able to pay it back, and then they have to get another loan. Another loan means that they are basically adding debt onto debt, right? And these are high interest debt onto high interest debt, right? And when this happens, when there's so much high interest debt, generally you're gonna face a financial hardship and you're gonna have to do something drastic, or you may have to do something drastic, right? So just 3 real quick questions that you can ask yourself. One is, can you realistically come back and pay the funds back in a very short period of time? Be realistic. If you can't come up with the funds, the second question are you going to have to take another loan out to make the payment on this loan, right? So 2 questions that are very important. The third question is what happens if I can't pay back all of these loans? Will you have to file bankruptcy? Will you have to do debt relief, right? 3 important questions, right? Let's talk briefly about payday loan, bad credit loan alternatives, right? The first alternative that I'm gonna mention is selling things, right? Can you sell something that quickly and be able to get funds available to meet your obligations? Now, oftentimes people are not able to do that, right? Many times you've probably already gone through a lot of different things to decide whether you can actually do something else, right? So, but selling things, reducing costs, reducing expenses can be something, but oftentimes you've already got to that point, right? So what can you do? Well, the other thing is to understand debt relief options sooner rather than later, right? You may have $20,000 in debt, but after taking $15,000 of payday loan obligations, you're now at $35,000. And instead of trying to settle or get rid of $20,000, now you're trying to settle for $35,000, right? So the next thing is we built a debt relief calculator, and you can take it. I added a link in the description below. 100% free resource. Not even an email address is required unless you want to speak with me or someone else about your options. But the idea is that you can potentially get ahead of your debt by understanding your debt relief options before taking out a bunch of bad credit loans. And this free resource helps you compare all your different options, including debt relief, debt payoff planning, bankruptcy, or many of your different options in a holistic way that can help you maybe not even have to take out a payday loan, right? So you can also schedule a free call with us. You can call us at 833-272-3631. We'd love to talk to you about, maybe how to get out of this debt without getting a payday loan and kind of going through this payday loan cycle that could result in bankruptcy or something like that. Okay, so Finally, should you get a payday loan? Now, the answer to that is it really depends on your situation, right? Like, I understand that people may need these loans right away. They don't have the family help. They don't have these things. But I do want you to know that many people think they're going to pay it back. So if you can kind of question whether you're going to actually pay it back at the end of those 2 weeks, at the end of the week, right? If you can't pay it back, if you're like, okay, maybe I can't pay it back, maybe I'm being idealistic about whether I can pay it back, then that may be able to help save you from some of the challenges that you may face if you do get one of those loans and can't pay it back. Hopefully this video is helpful. If you have any questions, please comment below. And if you want other content, please consider subscribing or liking, as it always is encouraging to me. Thanks so much for watching.